Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk about the top 10 monsters most likely to solo you. It's happened to all of us. If you say it hasn't, you're full of shit. We've all gone into a fight that just had one monster in it, and we thought, this just won't be a big deal. It's 3 versus 1, it's 4 versus 1. What's the worst that could happen? And then you find out real quick exactly what the worst is that could happen. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you the top 10 monsters to watch out for, I guess. So let's get into it. Does she even need an introduction? Do I even need to say anything about her? Good old Rena. We've all done it. We've all done it. We've all been going through our arena list, seen a defense that's just arena. Thought, yeah, I'll take this out real quick. Get some quick, easy swords. And then you get in and you realize you can't do damage to her at all. You get those first couple of points that you get, but you land a crit and her shield goes up, and that's it. That's the last time you ever touch her. You never do one more point of damage to her. She is so annoying, but I love her so much. I love my arena. She's so amazing. She doesn't even need spectacular runes to shine. I did the video recently of her soloing Magic B10. I'll take her into Guild War sometimes if I'm playing around against a full team just by herself. And they just can't do it. If they don't have heals, I'll just do it just to be goofy, see what she's capable of. She's as far as sustainability, she's amazing. I've got her on the list because I definitely think she deserves to be here. I've got her at number 10 because she's not so dangerous. So she's not gonna like wipe your team out. But I think she deserved to be on the list because she is still likely going to make you walk away from a battle without a W. And I feel like that's, in essence, the same thing as getting soloed. You're being forced to leave the battle without a win because of her alone. So I figured I definitely had to put her on the list. I thought number 10 was the least controversial spot for her on the list. Initially, I had her much higher on the list because of just how hard she can be to kill if you don't have an answer for that passive. But after rethinking it a little bit, I think number 10, I think that's a reasonable spot. She deserves to be on the list, whether you like her or not. I think number 10 is a great spot for her, so that's where she is. Number 9, Sierra. I know some of you might be thinking Sierra, but let's talk about it for a second. Because Sierra will shit all over your face and not even be upset about it. She won't even feel bad about doing it. Guild War defense, it's just a Sierra by herself. You think, it's no big deal, I'll go in and take her out real quick. Then you fuck up and get outsped. And she's on violent, so she puts a bomb on somebody. She detonates the bomb. She gets a violent proc. She puts another bomb on somebody. She's 1 or 2 turns away from being able to detonate again, and by then she's going to put another bomb on somebody. And before you know it, you're fucked. I know I'm not alone. I know that's happened to somebody else. Don't you dare look me in the face and tell me I'm alone. You know you've been soloed by Sierra. She's number 9 on the list because she needs a few violent procs to do it, to make it very likely that she'll solo you. But it's still very possible. If you've played this game long enough, you know this bitch is broken. You know when she's on violent rune, she's broken. And it's very possible if you don't go in with more speed than her, it's very possible you're going to get fucked up. So I think number 9's a good spot for her. Number 8, we've got Trevor. This motherfucker right here. If he's on vampire runes, that's the star next to his name on this list. If Trevor's on vampire runes, you have a problem to deal with. And it is very possible that if you were not prepared to deal with him on vampire runes, that you will not deal with him on vampire runes. He's got a passive that the lower his HP gets, the less damage he takes, and the more damage he does. So if you bring in a Theo thinking, I'll just take him out real quick, and you only knock him down to a quarter, Well, now he's gonna one-shot somebody, and he's gonna heal if he's on vampire runes, and now you're down a person, and it only gets worse from there. Trevor's a nasty dude. He's dangerous. You got to be real sure that you can control him, or that you can take him out very quickly. Because if you do a lot of damage to him but don't kill him, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Trevor's a bad dude. So number 8. Number 8's I think a good spot for him. Possibly a controversial portion of this list right here is number 7. We've got Ritesh. Some people might disagree with me about him being on the list completely. Some people might even think he should be closer to the front of the list. I think this is based on who I've got on the list and my personal experience and the experience of people I've talked to. I think this is right where he belongs. Ritesh is... he can unexpectedly ruin it for you. And here's the thing about him. On defense, he's so much more likely to proc for whatever reason. He's so much more likely to land his AoE defense break. He's so much more likely to provoke. Like, he's more prone to being a problem on defense than he is on offense. So if you go into a battle and it's just him, it could go wrong very quickly, because he's very tanky by nature, and he does damage based off of his tankiness. So that AoE defense break that also does a pretty good amount of damage if he's built right is a problem. So now you've got defense break on everybody. He can heal himself pretty frequently, especially if he's on violent, and then his first skill is a provoke, so he potentially, when he's not healing or using Trick of Wind, he's provoking somebody and pulling them out of your plans for one turn, which can get bad really quick. And he's so tanky. Like, he can be so hard to kill. He's such a good mix of tanky and damage, with some debuffs to go in the mix, the provoke and the defense breaks. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, if he crits, he gets a speed buff. So he's a turn machine. Because a lot of times he's built with speed. He's going to be fast. A lot of times he's on violent. Just turns. So he's always got everything at his disposal, it seems like. And he can fuck you up quick. So I thought he was a good choice for this spot of the list. Again, I'm sure some people are going to disagree, but make your own fucking list. Ooh, more controversy. Ramagos, a 2-star monster. Higher than Ritesh on the list? Yep. This is another one, like I was saying earlier, we've all experienced it. We've all seen a lone Ramagos in the arena or in Guild War and thought, it's just one monster. Surely I can handle one monster. And then you get in there and you find out, no, you can't. Not this one. Ramagos ain't going. Like, no punk bitch. His AI is very smart. I really like the way his AI is designed. If he gets below 50% health, he's going to clean shot. So, in a lot of cases, if your Ramagos is built well, he's going to one-shot somebody with that clean shot. I mean, it's going to take a while to get him below 50%, and then if you don't have the team to deal with it, if you don't have super tanks or great heals, he's going to clean shot, and he's going to kill somebody, and he's going to heal. And he's going to heal up and give himself a defense buff, which means it's going to be harder to get him back below 50%. And by the time that defense buff is gone, and you do a little bit of damage, he'll be below 50% again, and clean shot's going to be back up. And if he's on Vamp, some people build him on Vamp. I think I've got mine on Vamp, but he's not super built. It's just what he was on to kind of play with a friend in real-time arena. But there's a lot of ways to build him, and there's a lot of ways he's a problem. And real quick. And it's one of those things where there's just like, if you get caught out of position, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no chance of recovering from it. It's not like with Rena, like, well, maybe I'll stop critting. Maybe I won't land critical hits and her shield will stay gone. Or maybe something could work in my favor. No. Unless you've got some crowd control or some attack bar management, or maybe a heal block could save you in the right situation. But Ramagos is one of those where it's just like your world's about to fall apart and there's nothing you can do but watch. You either quit the battle or you can watch. But there's no luck coming into play in a lot of cases when Ramagos is about to ruin your day. So I feel like this is a good spot for him on the list. That's the way it is. Number 5, we've got Chow. Now Chow's one that if you look in the chat, people love to talk shit about Chow, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know what the hate's about. I don't know whose grits he pissed in, but somebody decided to smear his name and it stuck. Chow's a great monster. He's got really good base HP. It's low base attack, but I mean he's an HP monster, and I've seen Chow do a shit ton of damage, so he can still hit very hard. He does damage based on the number of dead allies. So if you go into a battle with a full team and take out the rest of his team, he's even more of a problem. But this passive is really the issue. You can't block his HP recovery. So he's going to heal every time he gets a turn by 15%. If he's on Vampire, if he's on Violent, and he procs 2 or 3 times, he's back to full health. Virtually from no matter where his health bar was. He does good damage. He really does. He really is a solid damage dealer. And I've seen him on Vamp too, and both of those are a problem. So you can't prevent his HP recovery. He's going to heal if he's alive. He's going to heal. Unless you put him under Oblivion. But again, he's super tanky. So you, in most cases, not going to one-shot him. So basically, you have to be able to out-damage his 15% heal. And then if he's on Vamp or Violent, we're looking at more heals more often. Chow was one that as a newer player, I made the mistake a few times of thinking it's just one monster, I can deal with it, and then finding out. Not only is he going to kill me, but he's really pretty much going to stay at full health the whole time he does it, because I couldn't do the damage when I was learning my lesson with Chow. So, you know, he's got high enough base HP that it's pretty easy to make him unlutionable. And if you take a Lucian team in and don't kill him, you might be in some trouble. So that's why he's here on the list. You can hate him all you want, you can shit on him all you want. I think he's a great monster. I would love a Chow. I'd have a lot of fun with a Chow. So that's my opinion on Chow. Number 4, we've got Feng Yan. Wind Panda is really what everybody calls him. Wind Panda is a nasty dude. Nasty dude, man. I really would love a Wind Panda. He's got the 2-turn defense break. And look at the breakdown of the skill. Attacks the enemy 3 times, with each strike having a 30% chance. It's almost a guaranteed defense break. It's very likely he's going to land the defense break. We've got a second skill, which is a self-cleanse. Puts counterattack on him. Puts the recovers 15% HP every turn on him. And it's reusable in 5 turns. When he's skilled up, it's reusable in 3 turns. So it's virtually always up. Especially if he's on Violent. And then this passive. Every time he's attacked, his attack bar goes up 20%. And his attacks deal additional damage proportionate to his defense. He's a defense monster with a defense lead, high base defense, good base HP. He can be built very tanky in a lot of ways. With the right build, he's going to be doing very good damage. He's basically going to be keeping himself healed and keep himself counterattacking. He's going to be keeping defense break on you. And every time you hit him, his attack bar's going up. So if you fuck up and bring somebody that hits 2 or 3 times every attack, you're just feeding him turns, and it can very quickly get out of hand, because let's think about it. He's got counterattack on. He's already hit you and put a defense break on you. You hit him 2 or 3 times. He's going to counterattack you because you attacked him, and then you shot his attack bar up, so he's going to get another turn. And then after his turn, somebody's going to attack him. He's going to counterattack. His attack bar is going to have shot up because he got attacked, and before you know it, he's going to have another fucking turn to cleanse himself and put the heal and counterattack back on. It's just going to keep going, and it can get out of hand really quick. And Wind Panda is one of those monsters that even if you've gone in and taken out the rest of his team, it's like, I'm not home free yet. I can't just click auto. I better not just click auto yet. I better make sure I deal with him because I haven't won yet. Wind Panda could still fuck me up. So that's where we've got him. We've got him pretty high on the list, number 4. I think he's a pretty dangerous monster, and I think this is a good spot for him. So let's get into the top 3. Number 3, we've got Lika. This could be a controversial pick for a lot of you. Pre-buff, no way. Post-buff, now we've got a problem. Because a very popular build for him is Vampire. So he's got the dots on the first skill. He's kind of got the same second skill where if his damage goes up based on dead allies. But this passive, he's never going to glance. So elemental advantage doesn't necessarily matter. When he's attacking you, you're still going to take at least normal damage, and there's still potential for him to crit. Glancing is out of the picture. You can't one-shot him, or two-shot him, so you have to hit him at least 3 times to kill him. And that's assuming he's not on Vampire. And that's assuming he doesn't revenge you. So now let's talk about it. If he's on Vampire, every time you hit him, there's a chance he's going to counterattack and stun you. Let me say that again, in case you didn't understand what I said. Every time you hit him, there's a good chance he's going to counterattack you and stun you. You understand what I'm saying? That means every time you hit him, you're probably going to get stunned. And he's probably going to do pretty good damage. And he's probably going to have Vampire runes. So it's also likely he's going to out-heal the damage you did to him because he's so tanky. And he's got good base attack. How do you deal with that? You don't. You fucking get wrecked is what happens. He's a bad dude. I really like the buff. I'm glad that they made him better. It always bothers me when there's a Nat 5 that is looked down on. I feel like any Nat 5 should really offer something. So I'm really glad he got this buff. I think he's very dangerous. I think you got to be really careful if you decide you're going to attack him, because just because of the control the control potential there is from him. I mean, every time you hit him, he could stun you and take you out for a turn. And then he does really good damage. He does hit really hard. And if he's on Vampire, man, you've got yourself a problem to deal with. So I personally think number 3 is an excellent spot for him. I don't think there's a big mystery about who 2 and 1 are. But maybe you'll be surprised. I don't know. I mean, how surprised are you really? We've got Camila at number 2. Camila. Whew, man, Camila. She's dangerous. She's the kind of dangerous, like, even up in Guardian Arena, if you go into a fight against a team that has a Camila and you kill the rest of the team, you still got to really focus on what you're doing and try to deal with Camila, because it's very possible that you just aren't going to be able to kill her. She's got the, in a lot of ways, she's got the sustainability of Rena, in that you just might not be able to do enough damage to kill her. She might be out healing your damage. Every time you crit her, she cleanses. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. When struck with a critical hit, reduces critical damage by half and removes all harmful effects. So So she basically takes away the fact that you're getting a critical hit. She cuts your critical damage in half, and she cleanses herself. And I swear, I think she heals herself. I think it activates that heal when she gets a critical hit. I feel like when I've crit her before, I've seen her health go up. So, correct me if I'm wrong there, Camila owners or people that are more familiar with her than me. I don't attack her much unless I can take Tessa and put her under Oblivion, and then take her out that way. I typically try to avoid Camila because I don't. In a lot of cases, I probably could kill her, but I would just rather not. I would rather not deal with going in and getting soloed at my level by Camila. So that's more embarrassing than I'm willing to subject myself to right now. So she's dangerous there in her tankiness and in the fact that you just can't kill her. But she's also, you gotta watch out for that damage because she can straight up put some damage on you. She's doing damage based on your max HP, and she's got the attack speed reduction. She can do some good damage. The crit Millas can hit really hard, and it's not super hard to build a good hybrid of Camila to get good HP and good attack on her, so that she's really hard to kill, and she can take you out with a couple of turns. So Camilla's one of those monsters that even if you run into her by herself in the arena, you really gotta be sure. Like, you better take a full 4-man team in to deal with her, depending on where you're at in the game, because she's a bad bitch. And that's what that's about. So that's number 2. Let's get on to number 1. I think we all knew this was going to happen. I think there's very few people that are surprised. I don't think there's much dispute that Rakan is by himself the most dangerous monster in this game right now. He is, in my personal opinion, and I would imagine the opinion of a lot of other people, the most dangerous monster by himself in this game. He is... Vampire is a very popular build for him. So let's look at his skills and talk about what makes him so dangerous. One, he's got the HP lead, so if he's the leader, like if he's by himself and he's the leader, his HP is up there. He's just got the regular attack, dot on the first skill. It's an attack buff and immunity. He immediately gets a turn right after he uses it. When it's fully skilled up, I think it's reusable in either 3 or 4 turns. I'm not sure exactly, but I know the cooldown goes down. Which means that once he gets this skill up once, unless you can strip it and counter it in some way, he has infinite immunity if he's skilled up. Once he gets immunity on him, if you can't take it off of him, he's going to have immunity for the rest of the fight. So there will be no harmful effects for Rakan. There will be no harmful effects for Rakan. Permanent attack buff, permanent immunity. Really? Collapse. According to his max HP, which is already pretty high, then 50% more, and then he's going to be built for HP. And provokes. So it's a ton of damage and a provoke. So let's say he's going after your healer. He's doing a ton of damage to your healer and he's provoking your healer, so your healer can't heal. Lockdown. If the skill is on cooldown, you have a 30% chance to attack the attacker with the collapse skill when attacked.
Look at me.
If the skill is on cooldown, you have a 30% chance to attack the attacker with the collapse skill when attacked. So he uses his attack buff immunity, he gets another turn, he collapses, he does a shit ton of damage, and he provokes somebody. Do you hear me? He provokes somebody. The person he provokes hits him. He counterattacks with collapse, he does more damage, and he provokes you again. Do you understand how dangerous this man is? He is a problem. He is the most dangerous monster by himself in this game. I don't think there's too many arguments against that. He can lock you down, and he's on vampire, so he's healing every time he hits you. You're not killing him. You're just not gonna do it, man. He's such a bad dude. I want this monster so bad. I want this monster really bad. I would love a Rakan. He's such a bad dude. I love the buff. I love the buff. I'm so glad he got the buff. It always bothered me that a monster as cool as him, that he was the shitty of his family of Nat 5s. You know, Teor is great, Lagmaron's awesome, Zaratu and Shan are killer. And then Rakan was always the shitty monster. It's like he was the rip, he was the one everybody laughed at you if you pulled. And that, again, as I said earlier, I think all Nat 5 should really bring something crucial. They should all be really good. And Rakan, man, that buff, it's a killer buff. Killer buff. I love it. Just a bad dude. Most dangerous monster in the game, hands down. #1 on the list. So that's it. That's gonna wrap it up. Let me know what you guys think about the list. If you think I left somebody out, or if I put somebody on that didn't belong, or if you disagree with the order, or if you agree with it, whatever. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on it. And if you like this video, I'll try to come up with more ideas and do more videos like this instead of just the informative videos. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.